Hello, this is Paul Harris for Kitco News at the BMO Global Metals and Mining Conference. And I'm joined this morning by mining entrepreneur Lukas Lundin and his son Adam Lundin, who's CEO of Jose Maria Resources. Good morning, guys.
Morning.
I think the first question, we can talk about Lundin Gold. You've successfully, the company's just declared commercial production from the Fruta del Norte in Ecuador, which is a tremendous achievement because it's a big project. And it's also a project that several years ago a lot of people in the gold space would have written off because of perhaps problems with the jurisdiction with Ecuador. How did you sort of manage to turn that around, and how do you look to generate value from projects in Latin America?
In Latin America, yeah, I think taking Fruta del Norte specifically, that's probably one of the best unexploited gold ore bodies in the world. Located in Ecuador, there's a lot of money spent on it, about $1.5 billion. And the last company, Kinross, which had the deposit, had a lot of problems with the government and a hard time getting fiscal terms that worked. And they got their loggerhead, and they decided, they're trying to sell it. And I had the opportunity about 5 years ago to be able to bid on it. And it was not much, the market was tough, so not many people looking at. So the first thing I did, I went down to Ecuador and talked to the government and see, if they want us to invest in this property. And I said it's a team effort because we can't work without them. It's their gold, it's their country. I'm here to be a contractor for them. I need to make some money. And I got very positive feedback from the government. And then we were able to negotiate a stabilization agreement with the government and move forward. So it's just talking in common sense, and then we moved the office down to Ecuador. Ron Hochstein, who runs the company, was based in Ecuador, so we made it very Ecuadorian, to make sure we were there and committed. And then we got G Mining involved to help us build it, and I think we had a very successful bid over the last 3 years. Not easy, it rains all the time, 3 meters of water, but got it going. Commercial production was declared last week, and the mine is performing as expected or better, so we're very, very excited. We spent $1 billion on this.
That seems to be a real sweet spot for the Lundin companies, taking assets that other companies don't give enough love to and sort of turning them around. You're doing that with Chapada in Brazil, La Candelaria in Chile. It seems to be a real value opportunity for you.
Yeah, we're fortunate enough we've been able to be exposed to those assets, and fortunate enough Lundin Mining, who has this Chapada deposit, is in very good financial shape, and some other people are in less good financial shape. The same thing with Candelaria, the Freeport had problems, had to sell, and Yamana wanted to sell to clean their balance sheet, and we were fortunate enough to be able to win those tenders. And what happened with those assets like Chapada, was a lot of reserves there, but under-drilled. So we're doing a 50,000 meter drill program this year. We hope to double the resources there, and then we see if we can increase the plant size. In Candelaria, same thing. We did a lot of drilling, and we found a lot more ore underground. And we now have a plateau production for the next 10 years, 180,000 tons of copper. And when we originally bought it, it was supposed to be declining by now. So it's a lot of potential in those districts, and you give it some love, you find more.
Now you've got Fruta del Norte commercial production. Soon Cerro Blanco will be under construction. So are you starting to shop around for more projects, for example, here at BMO?
Yes, of course. We're very keen to looking. We still have a pretty strong balance sheet, especially in Lundin Mining, and we would like to acquire more assets. So so we talk to corporates and see if anything is available that doesn't fit their agenda. And for sure, that's one of my main purposes to be here.
Adam, the Lundin family or Lundin group of companies have a long history with copper in Chile and Argentina, and now you're leading things in Josefina, the project in Argentina, where we were on site a month ago. What do you see as the potential of the district?
Yeah, Paul, it's a pleasure to host you down at site in the middle of January. We have 2 companies. We're very active down there right now. We have a camp with 240 people and 11 rigs turning. At Filo del Sol, we're drilling out the deposit. We've hit some great grades. We drilled 800 meters of over a 1% copper equivalent. And at Jose Maria, which is in Jose Maria Resources, we're full speed ahead with our feasibility study, which will come out in Q3 this year. I think Filo del Sol is going to turn into the biggest resource out of all 3 projects we have in the area. and it's going to be exciting. I look forward to continuing to put out those great drill results. And then on the Jose Maria side, we're full steam ahead. The vision the board and management team has is if we can get an operation up and running, we're going to be there for another 100 years, or for 100 years going forward. And my father, Lukas here, first went down there in '89, so it's exciting to be down there leading the projects in 2020 here today.
How important is that aspect of longevity, decades in the district, and I guess the family aspect, because Latin America, Argentina, it's a very family-centered culture, so the fact that regional, local government, national government are dealing with a family or the continuation of family, is that an important aspect?
I think what's very important is what my father taught me is surround yourself with good people, empower people, have the ability to trust your people, and it allows you to make quick decisions. And if you all benefit together, you keep working together. We have Alfredo Vitager, who's the general manager for both companies and the country manager, and he was on the exploration team that made the Valadero discovery. And so to have that continuity in the region allows you to open many doors and have meetings with people who make decisions.
Okay. As this year started, the copper price was showing signs of a recovery, but obviously we ran into the coronavirus issue and the slowdown of the Chinese economy, which has taken the steam out of that. Do you think that the time is coming right for the development of a new generation of copper projects?
Yeah, I think the situation we had in Chile, the coronavirus, the copper price now being below $2.60 a pound, I think it's just delaying new supply coming onto the market, where demand, I think, is always going to remain bust, and especially as we turn to electrify the planet and the EV revolution coming online, we're going to see a big run in the copper price. It's just unsure when. I think these headwinds are temporary, and soon enough we'll see copper have its day in the sun.
One of the things we talked about in Argentina a month ago was the shortage or lack of talent coming into the mining industry, the new generation. Obviously within the Lundin group of companies, Lukas is bringing you on, developing your management skills as head of Jose Maria. Jack's moved from being project superintendent at Fruta del Norte to being CEO to run the Cerro Blanco project development in Guatemala. How important is that, is bringing on the generation for the future of the Lundin companies?
Right now I'm in a nice position where, growing up and everyone's looking up to maybe, Wayne Gretzky or Michael Jordan. I was looking up to guys in the mining and oil space like Paul Conabare and Ashley Eppenstall, and now that I'm working with them, it's a great privilege and it's very exciting for me. But I think it's important to see that next wave come up. I'm starting to see it in the Lundin Group and be a part of it with my brothers working in the business as well. I think it's just over time you'll see the younger generation get more involved. We try and stay active and show that it's a fun and exciting sector. We try and have a lot of internships with young university students and show them that we're doing this in a socially responsible way, and what we're doing is empowering towns and villages that really need the employment. And I think everyone's buying into that.
I think one of the key themes that's coming out of this conference, a lot of the senior gold producers are talking, or senior miners are talking more and more about the critical importance of ESG aspects. The Lundin group of companies can benefit from the Lundin Foundation, the work of the Lundin Foundation. Does that give you a specific advantage when you're looking at acquiring new opportunities and building out new projects?
I think the Lundin Foundation allows us to bring in the framework to work with the local communities and demonstrate and have that communication with them between the project and the local communities, and show that we're helping them bring on their own resource. It's not our resource, it's their resource, and if the social license is very important to move projects forward, I think the foundation is a big benefit in helping us set up that framework. Okay,
and finally, are there any sort of particular lessons that you've learned from Lukas, your father, about running mining companies? And
again, it's just surround yourself with the right people, trust the people you work with. You don't know everything, but if you have the right people around you and you trust them, it allows you to make quick decisions. And I think that's the big differentiating factor between between the Lundin group of companies and other companies. We can make quick decisions. I can call my father and tell him, hey, you know, we want to put a drill rig here. I've talked to the exploration team, and we're all synced. We're all on the same page. And again, so quick decisions can lead to quicker success.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, Lukas and Adam, for joining me this morning. And thank you for watching. Stay tuned on kitco.com for more from the BMO Global Metals and Mining Conference.